Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So we got the crypto market here right now, 219.9 billion. So it has increased over the last little while. Right now, Bitcoin trading at 76.35, Ethereum trading at 196, and XRP trading at 19.5 cents. So not too much movement, guys. We're still making a fairly steady move upward. This is Bitcoin on the daily. And you guys can see that trend is just continuing to go up. Same with XRP. Nothing unusual to write home about. There isn't anything too spectacular happening in the crypto space as we speak. To me, this just looks like buyers are buying up after we saw this downtrend here. Buyers are steadily gobbling up crypto at discounted prices. But like I said, now we're in the price range that we were back at the beginning of 2020. And this guy's from crypto hedge fund Titan. He reveals his Bitcoin trading strategy, says BTC, Ethereum, and XRP are poised to challenge the US dollar. So this from Dan Morehead, chief executive of crypto investment firm and hedge fund Pantera Capital, says leading digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP will challenge the supremacy of the US dollar in the long run. So in his latest episode of Real Vision Finance with macro investor Raoul Pal, Morehead describes the current economic backdrop that he believes may spell the beginning of the end of US dollar dominance. And guys, we've been talking about this for a while now. The reserve currency is the US dollar. How long will it last? Will it continue to last? It has been 99 years since the US greenback has been that reserve currency. And here's what Dan Morehead says. So in the fiscal policy, we've seen a 10% of GDP stimulus signed days before a new stimulus plan has been talked about. These are just numbers that are literally off the charts. I think it is almost certain that the United States is going to exit this crisis with more debt than after the battle against the Great Depression or World War II. So he's saying that the US will rack up more debt today than at the time of those events. Morehead points out that the change from the dollar to a new reserve currency will happen over the course of many years. So it won't happen, boom, like that. So it'll happen over time. He says it's a fact of the world that the dollar is the reserve currency right now. That's changed every 80 or 100 years over the last 6 centuries. I do think in the long run, and this is decades, he says, cryptocurrencies will become reserve currencies, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Ripple. He says, ultimately, some of those will be reserve currencies, but governments are very slow to change. And so I think that's a 10 to 20 year, very slow progression. And when he talks about the cryptocurrencies that will have staying power, that 1% of cryptocurrencies that you should definitely have in your portfolio. This is not financial advice, by the way. You guys should be doing your own research. Invest your hard-earned money into coins that you truly believe in. But he says, I think there's going to be a single digit of every important blockchains. It's already starting to shape up where you're seeing Bitcoin not really change very much, but being really good at storing wealth. You see Ethereum be really dynamic, and they've already got Ethereum 2.0. Then Ripple's taken an enterprise SaaS version of this and trying to work with all the banks. I think there's space for 8 to 10 of those use cases in the long run. So he's saying, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, obviously in the top of his choices, and not too coincidentally enough, those are the top 3 by market capitalization here on CoinMarketCap. And this is why I hold Bitcoin and XRP. I don't have Ethereum. Actually, I have a little Ethereum, not enough to make note of. Nevertheless, the 3 top ones in Dan Morehead's view, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, no surprise there. And as you guys can see here, I don't know if you realize this, but he is essentially mirroring what Brad Garlinghouse is also talking about. The fact that only a handful of coins will be precious in the coming decades, and this is going to take a while. The next decade or 2, we could see a global reserve currency be a cryptocurrency, and it's not off the table. It could definitely be XRP. Probably not Bitcoin, probably not Ethereum. That's just my guess. Anyway, moving along here, and I got this alert from my Binance app this morning, guys. So Binance CEO sends warning to crypto traders, says alleged iPhone security flaws requires action. So this is for all you iPhone people, not just the ones using Binance. So the CEO of Binance is warning crypto traders about a newly discovered security flaw on iPhones and iPads. According to the security forum Zcops, which discovered the issue, attackers appear to have already used the bug to target workers at Fortune 500 companies in North America. Hackers only need to send a specifically crafted email that, once open in the native Mail app, gives them full control of the device and allows them to gain access to stored information, including your passwords, your emails, all those kinds of things. So Binance putting it out there, if you have crypto on an exchange and have downloaded the app, you are susceptible, if you have an iPhone, giving you instructions on how to disable that. But guys, don't leave your crypto on an exchange. I mean, this is a bigger issue that has to do with iPhone and private sensitive data. So make sure you take a look at that, guys. I will link this article in the description. But if you don't have your crypto on a ledger, I always suggest you have one on a ledger. You can use my affiliate link. You do not have to use my affiliate link. But when it comes to crypto, your hard-earned money invested over the years in cryptocurrency, you don't want it to go poof up in smoke, do you? With the Ledger Nano S, you have your own private keys, and you know what they say, not your keys, not your crypto. Get your crypto off the exchange, guys. This from Mac Attack XRP, Ripple to be added to Voyager crypto asset broker. So this news just coming out, Ripple to be added to Voyager crypto asset broker interest program. New York-based crypto asset firm has confirmed that it will begin paying interest to XRP hodlers on the platform in May 2020, which is only next month. This announcement comes as RippleNet usage surges to new highs as platform adoption continues. So this from Voyager's Twitter account. In May, we're adding 5 new assets to the Voyager interest program. We'll give you a hint. One starts with X, and the community is often referred to as an army. Dun 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 dun. I suppose that's us. Which assets do you think will make the list? Please comment below. So this tweet back from a few days ago now. Nevertheless, I hadn't heard about it until now. So just a little bit about Voyager. Voyager is a crypto asset broker allowing users to buy crypto at the best price via deep liquidity exchanges. Voyager's algorithms find the best price and keep a fraction of the savings, and as a result offer commission-free orders for traders. They aim to lower the barriers to entry for new crypto traders. Their price matching platform is available through their mobile apps. Yada, yada, yada. Guys, I will link this in the description for those of you guys interested in the Voyager program. And of course, one of our favorites, Matthew Liny on Twitter. Keeping our heads in the game, keeping us focused on what's important. So this, a 2018 IMF paper discussing the possibility of implementing DLT for the SDR. We had Dan Moorhead in this article discussing the fact that the global reserve could be changed to a cryptocurrency in a decade or two. This from the IMF though, so IMF policy paper. He links some important pieces here, guys. I'm not going to read it all, but ultimately DLTs underpin cryptocurrencies, one of the many types of virtual currencies. Talks a little bit about private cryptocurrencies and the present challenges to financial stability and the macroeconomic management, and how DLTs can enable other institutional improvements affecting cross-border flow. So a lot of this very, without naming it, very, very Ripple-centric and XRP related. It seems to be. I mean, just knowing what we know about Ripple and XRP, it seems that this paper is geared towards that. But the link for the PDF is up here. I don't know why it's not hyperlinked. I will link this tweet in the description. Just going to read you a little bit here. Cryptocurrencies and distributed ledger technologies. So talking about technological innovation in the financial sector could affect cross-border transactions. Many fintech innovations have the potential to alter the financial sector landscape. For instance, DLTs, of course, can be applied to various processes in cross-border payments, lowering back office and compliance costs and potentially boosting international financial flows. While DLT-based solutions could potentially offer significant savings, they currently require conversion of fiat money to electronic tokens for payments. Cryptocurrencies could facilitate the transaction of cross-border payments towards DLT-based systems. Cryptocurrencies issued by central banks, so he talks about CBCCs in this case, might be more trusted and potentially address some shortcomings of private cryptocurrencies, for example, by providing a stable link to fiat money. So a lot to be discussed in here. They are talking about DLT, private currencies versus stable coins, and how they will essentially interact together in order to process a customer's payments or an individual's payments. So again, thanks so much to Matthew Liny. Again, guys, I will link this article in the description for those of you guys who want to read it further. And I thought this was really interesting. I just thought it was an interesting question to put out to the community. This from Anders Lundberg at X_Anderson on Twitter. How silent is Ripple on a scale from 1 to 10? In your opinion? And so in 2018, I felt like we were hearing a lot of announcements coming out of the Ripple camp. Then by 2019, we were still hearing some things, but it was kind of slowing down, I feel like. I don't feel like we were hearing as much other than the big announcements like the MoneyGram announcement. But now it's 2020 and we're in a bit of a different situation. And so sometimes Ripple employees will tweet out updates or mini announcements, stuff like that. We hear from David Schwartz quite often and others within Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse sometimes announces some things on Twitter. But I thought this was an interesting question to ask the XRP community. And so give Anders Lundberg a high five for this and add to his tweet if you have an opinion on this. A lot of people, I'm assuming 10 is very silent and 1 is not silent at all. So Butters here says, well, David talks a lot these days. Peter Crow says 8, meaningful communication about use case and utility. And then he puts -10 here. 9 says MRG XRP 007. 10, that's easy. -589, that wasn't on the scale. 9, 3 to 4, 100. So I'm assuming, or at least what I thought was that the higher number would be more silent and the lower number would be less silent. I guess it wasn't really specified here. But I'm also finding that I would put Ripple on the more silent end of things. I don't think that I think that they've how to put this. Okay, here's what I'll say. In 2017 and 2018, they probably had a clear vision of how they were going to roll things out. Then crypto went crazy in 2017, and by 2018, they were still kind of releasing info as they were, but the crypto community grew, the XRP army grew, and therefore I think a lot more FUD entered the space, and criticism and scrutiny, and so I have a feeling that by 2019 and 2020 they have dialed back quite a bit. And had cryptocurrency never really boomed and had communities not been formed, because let's be honest, the XRP community really did only take shape by 2017, 2018, and then really grew in 2018, 2019, I'd say. But I think because they're facing scrutiny and criticism and now lawsuits, you guys remember that lawsuit from Sawstack, who's trying to sue Ripple because he lost money on his XRP investment. A lot of those things, I think they culminated to a boiling point, and Ripple just thought to themselves, you know what? Why are we doing this? We don't have to do this. Let's just maybe announce the major things. And again, that could just be one piece of the puzzle. There might be more to it than just that. I definitely think, though, that crypto Twitter and social media and, of course, the XRP army have influenced Ripple's decision, whether it be good or bad. I think it definitely has. I don't think Ripple as a company hates the XRP army. Far from that. But I don't think that they are as willing as they may have been to give as much information as they would have had an XRP army not been built up to this level, I think. I think that's just my opinion. I think that there are a lot of moving parts of this. It's not so clear cut. I'm not saying they hate the XRP army, but what I'm saying is that with the XRP army comes a lot of other things. Scrutiny, backlash, FUDsters, people with their own mandates, and of course there's all the other cryptocurrencies and the ideologists, the Bitcoin anarchists. Those guys obviously have their opinion as well. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think Ripple has been silent? And I'll say silent as a 10 and talkative as a 1. Add here to Anders Lundberg's Twitter thread. I will link it in the description for you guys. And speaking of Ripple and Twitter, I had to make a mention of this because this has been going around Twitter. David Schwartz commented on it. And so what is this all about? So guys, I saw this tweet from David Schwartz. Can this really be right? And of course it piqued my interest, so I clicked on it, and it was a Nick Bougalis tweet. It's one thing to suspect, but I have no confirmation. The intrigue deepens. I want to click on it. And since Bougalis blocked me on Twitter because I asked him if he was bearable guy. So of course I found another way to read his tweets, and here it is. Let's follow this thread here, Nick Bougalis. It's one thing to suspect, but I have no confirmation. Retweeting a Tiffany Hayden tweet. I always suspected, but now it's been confirmed. Okay, Dr. Rabbit XRPL at XRPL_Rabbit. My view of the XRP ledger has been forever altered. So now we're getting a little somewhere. Forever altered the XRPL. Wow, I can't believe what I just read. Retweeting this Alloy Network. So it seems like we're getting deeper and deeper into this hole. This is another Nick Bougalis tweet. Wow, I can't believe what I just read. And then Dr. Rabbit, mind blown, truly shocking. We keep clicking Dr. Rabbit here in a shocking turn of events. Ripple developer Nick Bougalis points out there is nothing hidden in an open source decentralized network. The XRPL is the XRPL, and what you see is what you get. So debunking this idea that there could have been another network, something else that could have possibly, I guess, maybe screwed XRP hodlers from seeing higher prices. And a lot of people are saying, you know, what, no secret ledgers with secret prices here? Few comments. I want to get back to, which one was it? No, it wasn't that one, because so people have been adding to these threads as the thread continued to grow. To anyone confused, nothing has changed. These XRP fans are just being facetious and making a joke. In fact, that's the joke, that nothing has actually changed. So people at Ripple are actually trolling us, guys. Look at it. You've been trolled if you fell for this, I think. Nothing has really happened. This was just the ultimate thread with Ripple employees clickbaiting us into clicking. So at Digits Money here responds to the original Joel Katz retweet. If there is a hidden platform to use X and not affect the public XRP price, would that have to be mentioned somewhere before anyone buys XRP? Like XRPL has two different platforms, one for banks and one for public. So there are people here actually thinking that there was an issue with the XRP ledger and that it was going to be, there was a second ledger. We talked about this a few years ago, the idea that there could be a public and a private ledger, and that institutions would indeed transfer funds on one ledger, and then the public ledger was going to just be for retail traders, and that XRP price would never go to the moon, so on and so forth. And of course, this is hogwash. This isn't true. There's one ledger. It is possible to subdivide the ledger, apparently, as per David Schwartz's comments from years ago now, but no plans to do so. And the fact that there is one ledger, complete transparency, I think that was the ultimate outcome of that storyline. Sir, in here, 300 clicks later, and I'm still lost. Yeah, that's the point. These guys are trying to troll us, folks, and it looks like they have succeeded. So congratulations, David Schwartz, Nick Bougalis, Tiffany Hayden, whoever else was involved in this. You have succeeded in trolling the XRP community. David Schwartz is a big jokester. I love this guy. He's so intelligent, but he also has a real good sense of humor. And guys, this finally from Rob Art. I have to bring it back on a positive note, because after being trolled, maybe some of you are second guessing your XRP position. If oil can go negative and the Federal Reserve can print $6 trillion, XRP can hit 200 per XRP. Jack the Rippler commenting on this, retweeting a David Schwartz tweet, showing you that David Schwartz isn't just a jokester and that he can be serious. This from 2017. It can't be dirt cheap. This referring to XRP. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP cost $1, they would need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million. This as an example of sending $1 million across borders. But if XRP cost $1 million, they'd need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. At a higher price point, this is how Ripple is going to target high cost payments. We've heard it before, but I'm going to repeat it again. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.